All right, Machiwa. Much respect to all my brothers and sisters of light who stand in the light of Creator God, the original intention of the Unisci. Much respect to all of you angelic humans, Indigo Children, Starseeds, Azurites, Oraphim. I welcome all those who align themselves with the unity consciousness and Christ consciousness. Those who no longer judge, who are no longer allow their energies and awareness and consciousness to follow fear or guilt or shame or any type of distortion from the original inner God teachings, inner Christos, you could say inner Christ teachings. And so tonight we're going to be talking about fallen angels, extraterrestrials, spiritual entities, celestial beings, the different alignments, because there's those of us, who are aligning themselves with the law of one, the sacred universal law of one. That's a choice. That's a mentality. That's a way of life, a lifestyle. Okay? And we don't see others as lesser than us. We don't see ourselves as chosen over others or favored or better. We're all equal in the sacred universal law of one. Oneness, at one-ment, one self, one spirit, one mind, one creator. So this is something that is part of these teachings from the Emerald Order, not from the religion point of view, but we respect all beliefs. And so people in religion are going to have, for example, different beliefs about fallen angels. Even New Age will have different beliefs. A lot of people, there's a very important thing to realize about angels is your third eye is a connection to the angelic realm. So those of you activating your consciousness, your chakra, your DNA, your Templar, you have access to that. Even if it's just a small pinpoint frequency flowing through. As you open your chakra, open it progressively over time, weeks, months, years, you will develop a greater flow of six-dimensional angelic energy. So thank you guys for being part of this conversation. Yes. It's not just about fallen angels, because we got archangels, positive guardian beings, who choose the path of order. I choose the path of order. Tonight we're going to talk about beings who follow the path of chaos. It's not about good and evil. Yes, there's good in the world. Yes, there's dark beings in the world. But it's about what path you choose. What is your thoughts? Check. Okay, so, and you can check some belief system based on the law of one. Check a person. Check some video on the law of one. Okay, so thank you guys for being here and joining this team. Team Indigo, baby. What's up? What's up? Because there's a lot of distortions about angels, and we want to talk about some of those distortions. Okay, so, and some of the fallen angels, you'll be shocked. Some of you will be shocked about who some of these angels are. Because a lot of the angels that are taught to be serving humankind are not. So let's dive deep into this discussion. Machiwa, Holy Ones. Let me say hello to everybody. Melvin Sanford, welcome, Holy One. Thank you for being here. We also have UTD in the house. Hello, UTD, Machiwa. Free White Dove. How you doing, Holy One? Connor Sights Bowen in the house. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that feedback. Yes, Machiwa. Sister Celine, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching our back, sister. It's so grateful to have you. And, well, I'll wait 10 more minutes before I bring that up. Let me see. Warren B in the house. Good evening, everyone. Hello, Anahazi. Hello, Warren. How you doing, brother? We got Rachel Swanson. Good evening, Machiwa. Don't forget to hit that like button, y'all. Says Free White Dove in the house. Thank you, Star Sister. You're awesome. Coco Vanderbilt. Hello, everyone. I am Christ Star. I am Christ Star. I am Christ Star. Celebration! It's not a sin against God to say I am Christ Star. You are acknowledging your 12th dimensional Merkaba, consciousness, spirit, energy, identity. I am the Christ Star is your 12th dimensional chakra with the guardians called Templar. It's your 12th Templar. Open your Templar, holy wands. It's 6 inches below your feet. Okay, so you can imagine if you're standing or sitting, it's below you, below the ground, 6 inches is your Earth Star. I am Christ Star. Machiwa. Much respect. We have Simone K. Welcome, Holy One. DKD, Christos avatar as Gabriel. Notice the word L at the end of Gabriel. Yes, Gabriel is part of the El family, okay, which is Elohim. It's El is short for Elohim, Enlil. Okay, it's a whole family of consciousness of fallen angels. And they weren't always fallen. They got along with everybody for 700 billion years. Okay? But they made a choice, and that's what this is, free will. These beings make a free will choice to harvest adrenochrome. That includes fear, torture, suffering. They choose this path. And so Mike L, Graby L are a typical example of the bad guys pretending to be good guys. And notice the angels are about hierarchy. Those angels, the Elohim, fallen angels, are about who's greater, who's best, who should lead you, who's going to bring you your spiritual mastery. No, you don't rely on an archangel. You don't rely on Gabriel. You don't rely on Michael. You don't rely on anything or anyone. You rely on your own inner God spark. It's called the inner God, the inner Christ, for a reason, not out here somewhere. Okay, and let's talk about what is an angel, because it's not the point of view from the religions. This is the inner Christos law of one point of view. What is an angel? Well, we can agree that it is a being from other worlds, another world. Okay, more than just heaven or hell. There's a multidimensional reality, and all those dimensions have their own galaxies, levels of galaxies and planets and extraterrestrials. And so there is a level, out of 15 of those levels, the Guardians call them dimensions, out of 15 dimensions, well, right in the middle, around the middle, the 6th dimension, I just mentioned it, the third eye is the 6th chakra, those are called angels. An angel, when you think of the word angel, it's a level of consciousness. It's the same thing with the word soul. The soul is a level of consciousness, not a vessel, not something inside your body. Well, it's inside your body, but it's in all of your body. It's a perception. It is embodiment of the soul in the physical incarnate body. But the soul itself is a level of consciousness. The angel is a level of consciousness, and the archangel is a level of consciousness. We need to redefine what are angels, you guys. They're beings from other worlds, aka extraterrestrials. Extraterrestrial means it's not from your terrestrial world. It's from another world. They're extraterrestrial. Okay? And we also say interdimensional. We acknowledge the 15-dimensional time matrix, and that there is other beings who exist in all these different levels. So when you go in different levels, those are different levels of body matter, different levels of consciousness. Okay, so this is a different definition than the Bible. Okay, so these are also races of beings. Like we just mentioned the Elohim race. That's just one race, you guys. There's other races of beings. And so these races aren't what make up angels. These races are any being an angel or fallen angel is any being who follows the path of chaos, which is leading them into the unconscious oblivion, they call it. Unconscious. That means you're not aware of your other multidimensional selves. You're not aware of the original intention of Creator God. You've forgotten parts of yourselves. You're forgetting yourself. As you fall, you lose DNA, you lose memory. That's what unconscious oblivion is self-destruction. And that's the path you choose of you're trying to steal life force from other beings, take adrenochrome from suffering or torture or death, sacrifice. Some horrible things are leading you into self-destruction. Think of the word chaos. So it's destruction, it's anarchy, it's war, it's all these horrible things in our experience of the hologram. And so this is an explanation of what angels are. They're multidimensional entities who follow the path of chaos. So any being following the path of chaos is a fallen angel. There's a part of you up here called an angel. There's a part of you higher up there called an archangel. There's the parts that are called avatars, machiwa. But any time with your free will, you could suddenly refuse the path of order and go on the path of chaos. This is service to others. This is service to self. So we choose in the Guardians, in the path of the Christos, the Christ, we're following the path of service to others. So, machiwa. Oh yeah, that's not a surprise to me. And I didn't have live moderators, so they got through because I wasn't watching the camera. I was too busy interacting with the drum circle. So I sorry about that, you guys. Usually we have at least one person. So Celine brought up an excellent idea, and we've talked about this before, that we want to add a new moderator. Because sometimes there's only two of them. Mostly it's only Celine and Indigo. Every now and then little alien will come. And Starman is dealing with, I've talked to him recently, so he's just been dealing with family issues. I don't want to get into details in case he doesn't want anyone to know, but he let us know that he's okay. He's just dealing with that. So he's still involved with these type of teachings. He's just simply, and that's okay. None of the moderators have to come. This is a service to self, or service to others, and this is a service that I'm doing as well. It's just, and so it's just volunteer. So we're debating between a couple of people, and we'll have someone join us tonight. I think. Let me see. Maybe, let me see. We're thinking of Shelley, Stardust Goddess, or Sarah Holder, or if he's up for it, my brother, Jaguar Child. So I have never talked to him, so I don't even know if he's interested in that. But there's 3 candidates right there. Let me close that window. And that's just simply so we can have that basis covered. So I apologize about this idiot. That's not a loving word. Sorry, that was just blurted out. But the people make it so obvious. They're trolling. They don't even hide it. when they sit there and spam chat and say the same thing 10 times in a row within 1 second, you know they're using some app to do that. They're intentionally trolling, trying to cause chaos, trying to cause issues and problems. Hello, it doesn't take very long for someone to check that my channel has 70,000 followers and this person has a couple of subscribers. Literally. Someone claiming to be Christos Avatar who doesn't have my content on his channel is obviously a troll, is obviously false. So I hope it didn't trick any of you. But we have trolls who don't like this information, who are going to be clowns. That's not rude, like I said before. These are clowns, jokesters, pranksters, criminals, because I had a joker claiming to be me, using my photos. These people disappeared, by the way. They're no longer operating. Same with TikTok. I just found out recently there wasn't a big imposter on TikTok, but they're gone too. You know, when you put intention, when you put prayer and connect to your higher selves, remove this criminal attacking the inner crystal's teachings. Okay? We're not schmucks. We know how to protect ourselves. We know how to work and move energy. And we're going to move energy to resolve this lower consciousness. Like we're talking about tonight. This is aggressive consciousness. This is negative, dark consciousness. This is polarized consciousness. These are immature energies, not spiritually enlightened. They're attacking the Christos. They're not enlightened. What did this troll contribute to you guys? What did he say that was enlightened or helpful or beneficial or positive? Absolutely nothing. You transmute that shit real quick, and this is why we're going to have another moderator. So, and we're still smiling. You haven't ruined our day, or you haven't changed anybody's mind. They can choose for themselves. You're not fooling anybody who's actually awakening. And most of the people here in the house are awakening. So what's up, clown? Goodbye, troll. Machiwa, transmute. Christos, Christ, stand in your light. Because Christos, Christ will be attacked. And we don't have that. Those chumps, those punks are being seen naked before themselves. Before others. They're standing there with what? What are they holding? What are they contributing? Right? Machiwa. Yeah. Yes, you said it. We send these trolls love and light. You guys throw them. Spam them with smiles and hearts, emojis, and positive vibes. That's our kung fu. Spiritual kung fu. Spiritual aikido. Mr. Mentism. Yeah, a different time zone, right? It was just because it was late, but I did tell you guys I was going to the drum circle on Saturday and just realized that, oh, little alien's here. Cool. Thank you. Good to see you, sister. We're still going to have one more person. Yeah. So tonight we're talking about fallen angels, baby. What's up? Oh, blessed mommy. Actually, that drum circle's been closed, so I don't know yet. We had the police come and on Saturday. I wasn't there, but I read the whole story about it. Because what happened was we got hit by 80 miles an hour wind, first of all. That's why suddenly the drum circle was canceled. What can you do with 80 miles an hour winds, right? And so if you guys must have saw it on the camera, you could see the wind, right? And then the police came. It wasn't related to the wind, obviously. But they informed us that the property was bought and purchased. It was a national forest. not forest as in trees, but it was part of the, I don't know how Amazon bought it, but Amazon bought the dry lake bed, man. So I can't answer you right now, but go to Drum Circle News, Las Vegas Drum Circle News. You will find all the answers to your questions. That's the group. That's the Facebook group. The Facebook group called, it says Drum Circle, it's not open, but it's Drum Circle News group. It's easy to find. People don't know how to use Google, but you just go to Google and type in your question and wow, what a concept. Yeah, Sarah Holder or Stardust Goddess. Do one of you want to be a moderator? Put it in the comments. If you already did it, please do it again so I'll see it. Oh, so we already have someone calling himself Holy Damon. That needs to be trolled out, right? As we're talking about trolls, we got a couple of trolls. Goodbye. See you later, Holy Damon. I don't know if put me in the game is serious, but we'll put him in timeout. I won't boot him, but I'll put him in timeout. 24-hour timeout. How's that? Hopefully, you guys go heal yourselves and come back. Machua. Okay, let me just say this right out in the open. You guys don't have to agree with what I'm saying or what these Emerald Order teachings are saying. Sincerely. There's no dogma here. But we ask that you be respectful in chat and don't spam like people spam 9 messages in a row. That's using a bot. That's a bot. It could be a human being. That's not. I'm just saying they're acting like a bot. Goodbye. You can disagree, but be respectful. Can you do that? Most people who disagree can't be respectful. So, but you know, you can talk about Jesus. Just be respectful to our beliefs. We're respectful to your beliefs. 99, someone put that in chat. 99 souls online. What's up? Wanted to know about fallen angels. Okay? They're being revealed. Like, already at the beginning of the show, we talked about Gabriel, Michael, Ariel. Yeah. But Indigo said it, but they're not tricking anybody. They're just wasting their time and our time. That basically they're not going to get very far. Yeah, bye-bye to the Wessex Matrix. Yeah. You said Ajara. I didn't get an answer from yet. Oh, Stardust says she would be honored. So, is it Stardust Goddess then? I mean, hell, we could have both of you guys, but I haven't heard any word from her yet. Okay, that's fine. So, welcome, Stardust Goddess. Thank you for your service. Remember, you don't have to be here. It's volunteer. I'm volunteering, Celine's volunteering, Indigo's volunteering, Starman's volunteering, Little Alien's volunteering. So thank you guys for being here. And I'm almost done with this, you guys, sorry. And if Sarah Holder wants to be, she can be a moderator too. I just didn't see any word from her on chat, but yeah, looks like we're good to go. Thank you guys for being here as we talk about fallen angels. Okay, there we go. Sarah Holder. Now we have extra. Now there shouldn't be an issue. Thank you, Sarah Holder, for offering your service. You don't have to be here. It's all volunteer. Thank you for watching our backs. Machiwa. Machiwa, Holy One. So angels are aliens. Huh? People in religion will say the opposite, that ETs are demons. No, you got it backwards. Demons are ETs. Fallen angels are ETs. Angels are ETs. We just explained how any being who exists in the sixth dimension is an angel. The archangel is the 7th, 8th, and 9th dimension. And those are a level of body form, a level of consciousness. So, and people who are in religion saying that aliens are demons, they do not have the multidimensional time matrix context. They don't see. This is why you cannot really completely understand God, understand angels, archangels, or fallen angels, unless you understand the creation context. And that's one of the first things you learn in Kathara. Okay, the Emerald Order teachings are going to teach you, because it's not about Ashana, bless her, I love her. Okay, but it's not about her, it's about the Emerald Order. It's about the sacred universal law of one. An individual could become corrupt, distorted. The Emerald Order is not distorted. Okay, these are guardians coming from the density 5. Okay, so this is beyond polarization, beyond distortion. There is no distortion in the original Emerald Order teachings. And so in these teachings, this is where, the concept is coming from, this multidimensional density matter. And so these beings are not physical like us. You see an angel, right? An actual angel from a 6th dimension, I'm saying. Not an incarnated one here. I'm saying if you actually see an angel, it's going to look like an alien. Because we got Renaissance paintings. Okay, that's where we get the ideas of what an angel looks like. Like you go online and you look up pictures of angels, you're going to see mostly Renaissance paintings. Of course, New Age, and because of AI, there's going to be all kinds of pictures of angels now, but just realize they do look like aliens. And not all angels have wings. Now, one of the fallen angels are called Odedikron. Okay? Those are reptilian fallen angels, a race of beings that are winged reptiles. Okay, those ones do have wings. But let's go to another example. What about the Luciferian Pleiadians? Not all Pleiadians are good. Those are our brothers and sisters who have helped us, the nice ones, the good ones, serving law of one. But there's fallen angelic Pleiadians from Nibiru, who are called Luciferian by the Emerald Order. And so it is these beings, is an example, who don't have wings, but they're fallen angels because they're following the path of chaos. Okay? Any being following the path of chaos can be classified as a fallen angel. They don't have to be in the phantom, by the way. But most of the fallen angels are in the phantom universe, what we call, what religions call the lake of fire, or the Hades or hell, right? So, but the Guardians don't call it that. The Guardians call it a black hole sub-time space distortion field. That's how you can look at it scientifically, what hell is, what the phantom matrix is. It's a black hole system. It's anti-life, anti-light. It's pulling in. Vampires take. They take light, they take your prana, your life force. They feed off it. Literally, you will have a succubus in bed with you, pulling your life force. That's not a spirit. You know, people get these ideas from religion of what spirits. There's no such thing as spirit. Spirit is multidimensional consciousness. When you just throw it off, oh, it's a spirit. It's a demon. You guys are not. You know, you're not getting it. These are beings from other frequency bandwidths. Here is a 3D person. Here's a 6-dimensional person. Here's a 9th-dimensional archangel. Different frequencies, which you learn about in the context, once again, from Cathara, Kalantic science. Okay? You're going to learn about universal physics, whether there's a split in the shield or not. Universal physics stand. Kalantic science stands. Cathara stands. The Christos shield stands. And so when you attack Christ, when you attack the Maharata, you see the polarization, you see the phantom, you see the path of chaos in action. So we're standing in our light, we're standing in our inner Christos, we're standing, all beings, all humans. Let me correct that. All humans have a 12-dimensional avatar DNA. Okay, so it's a matter of that DNA, of where it's at and where your consciousness is. For example, let's say you're one of these angels that fell. And let's say like a 7th-dimensional fallen angel, which is an archangel, a fallen angelic archangel. If they fall from the 7th dimension to the 6th dimension, what happens is the 7th strand of their DNA goes dormant. If you change your mind and start serving light again and activate your DNA and Templar again, then you get it back. But as soon as you fall, this 7th strand goes in dormant mode, what the scientists call junk DNA. So your junk DNA will keep on pulling in more strands as you fall. See, this is why you literally, when you fall to a lower dimension, you're falling in body matter, you're falling in consciousness and spirit, which is multidimensional extraterrestrials. That's what a spirit is. A succubus, I've seen a succubus. I went to go visit my mom on the holidays, like Thanksgiving, and she's a Christian. Why was this being there, right, in a Christian house? Bless her. This was a powerful succubus, which is, once again, is not a spirit. It's an entity with a DNA template from another planet, from another dimension. See, when you don't have multidimensional context, when you don't have creation content, mechanics, you're going to call everything a spirit because you have no idea where it goes in creation. You have no idea where this being is, where this reptilian is, because you think it's all from a different galaxy or a different, space and time space. But the truth of the matter is, we learn the creation context. You learn multidimensional context to understand what is an angel. So let me show you creation mechanics. Let me show you context of where fallen angels are coming from on the screen, because we roll like that. We are, let me pull up the diagram. I guess I gotta pull it up. So let me do that real quick, you guys. Thank you all for being here and sharing this conversation. If you guys have a question to me, please tag my name, Christos Avatar, so it highlights and I can see it, right? So this is the 15-dimensional time matrix. And so let me fix this problem real quick. Making sure it opens in Photoshop. Okay, so let's do that again. And I'll click the screen over right now just to show you real quick a little idea, concept of how to understand what are these beings. So there is fallen angels and there's angels who serve Creator God. Okay, so in this 15-dimensional time matrix, which is the creation of God, God itself projected itself, downstepped itself into a lower frequency. So it's a lower frequency, that means it's a downstep, it's a distortion right away. So you start with the distortion in dimension 11. You'll learn this is where the fallen angelics started, where the DNA code convolution happened between two main races, two main extraterrestrial fallen angelic races. And we're talking specifically on this side, the blue flame races, on this side, the gold flame and violet flame races. So on this side, it was the Anu Elohim. Notice the word El. You see this El, Michael, Ariel, Gabriel, Kal-El. These are the highest level fallen angels from D11. They're the ones who, they weren't the only fallen angels, but they're the ones that threw the first punch, so to speak. Okay, it was the Anu Elohim fallen angelic races. Once upon a time, they were called Anu. Okay, they're the ones who were fighting with the other fallen angelic reptilian race called Omicron. So these are 10-dimensional fallen angels. Now, these beings, man, you won't believe it, or maybe you will believe it. These beings destroyed planet Armentana, which was in the 12th dimension, but what they did is they weaponized D11 Stargate. SG11, they used it to reverse it into the D12, which was possible. But however, if you learn this background story, you'll learn the Guardians allowed it. The Guardians could wipe out these beings, no problem, but that's not law of one. That's not Christ consciousness. That's against free will. That would be a distortion. That would be horrible if Guardians did that. Well, that's what some Guardians end up doing. They just like these Guardians. They were once Guardians, but these are where the Anunnaki came out of. This is not the Anunnaki. They created the Anunnaki. These are feline aquatic apes. Can you imagine an aquatic ape? Well, an alien aquatic ape from another planet. This was originally from planet Vega, but these beings moved to, wrong ones. Sorry, Avion. They came from Avion. So they created it later, billions of years later. They created the Jehovah's Anunnaki. So there are new kids on the block. So are humans, by the way. Humans are new kids on the block. So, anyways, this is a fallen angelic system over here. This is where they're coming out of. Not all of them. Remember, not all beings, fallen angels, are in the black hole system. Some of them are still here and still falling. Just like humans are falling now. Our race, our planet is now called by the Guardians descending Earth. And you look on Earth, look at Earth. Look at the people on Earth. Now, people will disagree, and that's fine. Because there's a lot of people who say that Earth is actually ascending. But look at the consciousness on Earth. Man, look, do you have discernment, brother, sister? Do you have discernment? Do you see a global awakening? Tell me. No, there is no global awakening. You don't see a global awakening. You see some people awakening, and that's what Ascension is. So let me go back. ascension is an individual thing. And those people who say that the whole planet is going to ascend, did you forget basics? If you don't have a fifth strand, because you're a 3D person full of fear, guilt, shame, and sin, you're going to tell me they're going to go to 5D? You can't physically go to 5D unless you have 5 strands. When most of the planet, I've heard Ashana say it herself, when most of the planet has 2.5 to 3.5, most, only 2.5 strands of DNA, chakra activation, or 3.5, that gets you nowhere. You can't physically go to inner earth. You can't physically go to Tara. It's impossible. And there is no guardian angelic nations, no guardian ET, no archangel, no Yahweh God, Father God, who's going to give you your strands of DNA. They're not going to give you that ability to go to ascension. You're not going to temporarily borrow 2 strands of DNA, honey. So all those people saying that the whole planet is ascending, it's impossible. You can't suddenly be given this ascension. It's an individual thing. All humans save themselves, if you want to use that word save. All humans do their work. No person is going to activate your DNA for you. Okay? You can't go to Tara. And there's a whole bunch of New Agers who think they're going to Gaia. That's 7th dimension, 8th dimension, and 9th dimension. You're not even close to that, holy ones. And as a matter of fact, if you're an archangel, you couldn't be phased here. You can't be a density 3 being and phased. You can't come into physical matter here. This is why you would have to downstep. This is why most of the beings here, ETs, are from the density universe 2. Dimensions 4, 5, and 6. Archetype, astral, archetype, and angelic. And that is who we involved with. Most of the UFOs, you know, when you come talk about aliens, you talk about UFOs, are going to be coming from density 2. Of course, you got my labs, you got military UFOs, but humans, all of the sleeping humans, because that's what they are, they're Sleepers Anonymous. They have no idea that your military will have UFOs. I don't mean I'm talking about the space program, the secret one. It's called secret for a reason, because they don't want you to know. They don't want you to have med beds. They don't want you to have clean air and water. You think they can't do that stuff? You don't think they can have cures? You don't think they can make free energy? Those are all hashtags I shouldn't be using, but you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Holy One? Renato! Woohoo! It's great to be back on your live shows, Brother Anhazi. I want everyone watching to press that like button. Love from Perth, Australia. More Australians. Whoa, Machiwo. Thank you so much, Renato, for that exchange of energy. Bless you. Thank you for supporting this work. Right? Makaya, Masutas. Indigo Wizard homeboy! What's up, man? Give me a hug, brother. I love the 9s, man. What's up? Machiwa to you. Star Ring. Machiwa, growing in your codes, raising your consciousness. It's an honor to have you on our team, brother. Thank you, Anna. Thank you so much, brother. Mr. Medizum, hype, you said it, brother. Thank you so much, man. What's up? What's up? Thank you for being a member. Thank you for supporting this work yourself. Much respect. And so you guys, thank you for being part of this conversation. Let me light my incense. Oh, my charcoal, it's right there. Let me grab it. We got this. And once again, you guys, I say this with love. You can disagree. Now, maybe there's something you resonate with here, but you don't agree with everything. And that is perfectly okay. Think about this. We can disagree and still be friends. Still respect each other. Right? Machiwa. Even if people in our group don't agree with some of the things I teach, that's okay. There's something here you do agree with. Mokoyas. See, there's no dogma. In religion, you can't do that. It's a sin, which is not a real thing. Then why do people act like sinners? Well, because they're actually following the path of chaos. It's a path of distortions. Not because they're demons or fallen angels. Not because of sin. And if anything, you will learn in this book by Ashana Dean, but not Ashana Dean. Okay, so this is, you will learn that what the original sin really was. Has nothing to do with humans. And that's in quotes, by the way, because there is no such thing as actual sin. There is no such thing as evil or good in the law of one. Because you can't say, when we're all God, even the fallen angels are God, you can't say that part of God is wrong. Because of law of one. We're all equal. We're all creator at different levels of itself. One of the biggest factors to understand, though, is that this is a hologram. And it is only in these holograms, because there's more than one, where you can have distortion. Thank you for those hearts. Give me a kiss, whoever's doing that. Right? So only in the hologram can you have darkness or evil or fallen angels or demons. Only in the hologram. Outside of the holograms, there's no polarization. There is no distortion. There is no grumpy moods. There is no hate. It's only eternal bliss. It's only Omni Christos love, baby. What's up? Thank you for those hearts. You're smothering me with your love. I love you, brothers and starseeds. All of you who are standing in your light, who are shining your light, because we're going to have fallen angels attacking us. Part of your spiritual awakening is learning that there is a spiritual war. And we're not love, light, and clueless about it. We're not clueless about it. We're love, light, and very, very aware of fallen angels. Because that's what the New Age does, which is a movement. Okay? It's a New Age channeling movement. Being run, orchestrated by Jehovah Anunnaki. The channeling is being orchestrated by these Anunnaki. This is why we don't channel. The Guardian Angelic Nations don't channel. Legitimate, indigo adepts don't channel. We connect to our higher selves through telepathy. Machiwa. Let me get a drink. Channeling is not telepathy. Channeling is inviting conscious other entities into your fields. It's risky. It's dangerous. Especially, what's that? Unconscious channeling. Like trance channeling. Okay? You can become possessed. Possessed means another being can take over your vehicle. And sometimes they have learned how to interrupt the fetal integration process. That means when the original soul for the body gets pushed out before it gets in, and then the fallen angel comes in. That's another form of possession. So, this is something that, let me put some more incense. This is something that it was very, very prolific in ancient Egypt. They call it the boogie. The boogies. Get the boogies out. It was so common in those days because they were opening portals all over the place. Hello, CERN. Hello, HARP. What are they doing? They're opening portals, yes? What do you think Philadelphia experiment was? These were these fallen angels, ETs, creating portals from the Philadelphia experiment, from the Montauk Project. As a matter of fact, these fallen angels opened up portals back in Atlantis. There's an ancient Atlantean portal that was created, because there's natural ones and there's created portals. There's an ancient Atlantean one called the Falcon. There's an ancient Atlantean one called the Eagle, right? Eagle and the Falcon. And so these are still working, man. What do you think the Bermuda Triangle is? What is all that stuff that happens from a portal? What are called Templars? Of course. Always be mindful of your spiritual hygiene. Of course. Cleanse yourselves. If you don't have resins, incense resins, get sage. It's easy to get sage or spring grass, or there's different types of herbs that will help you sage or cleanse. So these beings started this 250 billion years ago. Now, most people will huh? Because Earth scientists say we're only 13 billion years old, you guys. Earth scientists haven't found the soul. Earth scientists haven't found other density universes. The ones closest are the quantum physicists. They at least say, because the other physicists don't, the quantum physicists actually say at least that everything's made of energy. Yes! They're going in the right direction. But they still haven't found the smallest particle yet, which is vibrating. Fission and fusion. This is expansion. Fission. Turn on. Contraction. Turn off. Fusion. Come together. Fission. Fusion. Fission, fusion, turn on, turn off. Every single microsecond or whatever second, very, very short second, you are turning it off. You're flashing off. Everything does. Everything turns off and turns back on, and then turns off, and then turns back on. You're constantly appearing and disappearing, appearing in particle universe, appearing in antiparticle universe, appearing here, turning off, turning here, turn off. It's a sacred act. This is how harmonics work. Bass tone, overtone, resonant tone. What's up? That's why 3 dimensions make one universe. Universe 1, there's 3 dimensions. Universe 2, 3 more dimensions. Universe 3. This is why it's called a multiverse. There's more than one universe. What's up? Giannis in the house. The 40-year-old dork. Welcome, brother, sister. I can't see your emoji or your user's picture, right? Blessed mommy. What did the succubus do? Okay, this was at my mom's house, and it was typically, what do? They typically pin you down so you can stop moving. And you can't talk. You can't talk because you can't move. You're frozen, and they're putting pressure on your body, like keeping you down. This is what 3D people call sleep paralysis. It goes beyond that, honey. This is some extraterrestrial, multidimensional entity siphoning frequency off of you, siphoning your life force. And this being was so strong, and I saw this being was full of hate. I saw big fangs. Later, I learned that there was this girl who used to live in that room. She was a guest, like a friend of the family. She always wore black. She had this, not just normal piercings. She had an incredible amount of piercings in her whole face, in her body. I'm not trying to denounce tattoos or piercings. What I'm saying is, when you wear all black and you're practicing witchcraft in your room, that's kind of like typical. I'm not surprised that I experienced this, because it wasn't coming from my mom and her husband, my stepdad. It wasn't coming from one of our family members. It was someone else outside of the family who was living in there for months. She was very strange and weird. Bless her, whatever her choices are in life. But I was attacked by her. What she did in that room, black magic, most likely. Following pagan ways, following the occult, following witchcraft. And there would not be that entity there if she was not. And this thing pinned me down. I couldn't get up. It took me a while to get up, forcibly get myself off the bed. So after I got free and I woke up, finally, because it was one of those dreams within a dreams, which is another sign that this wasn't a dream. Okay, this is when you wake up and you think you're awake but you're still dreaming. That's you experiencing in another reality. These fallen angels. This is a fallen angel. It takes life. It's a fallen angelic, serving the path of chaos. These are wicked beings, but we can't say wicked. It's a very negative being. You can say whatever you want. I'm just saying that in unity, you don't say wrong or right or good or evil. You say, but we don't, at the same time, we don't condone what the darkness does. We're not going to hang out with them or have them around our children or our lives. We can love them at a distance. We don't have to be their friends. We don't have to like them, but we love them. Does that make sense? You love this being. You love all life because they're part of Creator. But you know that it's part of Creator only in the hologram. It's a piece of Creator in the holographic fields who is using distortion, who is in distortion, who's acting like, these beings are like classic narcissists, classic psychopaths. You see it, you recognize it. When you start to bring in your Christ consciousness, you will see it. You will discern it. You will recognize it like that. Because some of our old patterns in our own lives, I had a lot of distortions. I had to work out. Nobody gave me that. I had to fight through it, man. I was suffering in my health. I was suffering in my consciousness. I had distortions. I had anger. I had to get through all of that shadow work, ego work. Okay? And so all of us do. This is mostly fallen angels here. And the hybrid races as well. The hybrid races are serving their agendas. I'm not talking about the Guardian, Indigo hybrid. We're serving the law of one. That's our job. That's our purpose for being here. But these beings these fallen angels are on planet Earth. They're in other places like the Phantom Matrix and in outer space and in the Orion system or the, whatever their people are coming from. But they're also coming here through the fetal integration process, just like we do. Just like we get here, they get here, but their soul essence is going into one of the hybrid bodies. I suspect that some of my family could be Anunnaki. I mean, I know I have some Indigo members. So is that even possible to have Indigo and Anunnaki? I don't know. They don't act like it, but they certainly do look like it. Let me ask you guys this. Do any of you have all normal family height, but there's some family members that are way up here? What is that? Where does that come from? I'm just like thinking out loud, right? Anyways, let me check on chat again. Sorry. You have Anunnaki in your family, Stardust? Yeah. Still thinking people should quit jobs and work towards oneness with nature. So working on crops, chilling, smoking weed all day, and building each other. Well, you don't have to smoke all weed all day, but I love your vision. That's a cool vision. I just choose in my life. I love nature too, and I will go to nature a lot sometimes. Like even get a house in nature. But I don't think the solution is to go backwards in technology. Think about this. The races in the higher dimensions are super hyper advanced. We're using technologies and evolving technologies. We're not going backwards. But if you need to get clear, if you need to do a detox, if you need a break, go outside the grid, go live in nature then. I don't think there's any problems with that. Just notice that a person like me, I need technology to reach people. I am only in social media because people that I'm trying to reach are in social media. If I'm only going to reach 5 people in my life, I haven't done my mission. My mission is to reach masses of 3D people. I'm not going to do that hiding in the forest. Because I lived in the forest. I lived in nature. I lived in deserts. I lived in mountains. I lived by myself. I took care of myself. But, that doesn't... What am I doing there, right? I'm not helping people there. Indigos are coming, and starseeds are coming from the 4th, 5th, and 6th dimension to come here and service. These, the guardians are coming here to service the human race and the planet. Not come here and go hide. We're getting involved where the drama is. Doesn't mean we're going to go get injections like the 3D people or have the same horrible diets like meat diets and stuff or just some junk food diet, or it doesn't mean we're going to go in those lifestyles. It just means we're going to reach people. And people can disagree. Because people will disagree. People will judge. Just transmute it. I'm still smiling. But I understand what you're saying, Jonathan. People can do that and go into communities and if they want to get outside the grid and not be influenced by the grid. But that can only take you so far. Because honestly, sincerely, if we lived in a because they have these great established cities, beautiful expressions in art and architecture and knowledge. And you do think that none of that is technology? Right? We're just going to sit with no electricity, no development of information and knowledge. Nothing's going to be on memory and in databases. It's, right? So, I mean, if you think about it, technology helps us in so many ways. It's not all bad. It's not all evil. Nothing's evil, but you know what I'm saying? Good point, though. Jonathan says again, I guess I've been indoctrinated by the square houses. Yeah. And neighborhoods, so thinking as a 3D being best way to live would either be in highly technical towers, or why not a compromise or include both? Why not have both? Like, man, I visited Hawaii once in my life. OMG. Talk about amazing nature, right? And so that was amazing nature, but there's also technology in Hawaii. So you get both there. Why not have both? Right? Like for example, first of all, realize that when you're working with energy, you're following this spiritual journey, you understand everything is consciousness. Technology is consciousness. AI is consciousness. Good or bad, it's all part of the unified field of God. In the hologram, that's polarized and distorted, but just realize it's all part of living essence of the consciousness of Creator, Source. So it's all, it's all your free will. It's all what you want to do and your choices. Nobody could tell you what you're doing is wrong or bad. If you, Jonathan, if you really want to live in nature, go for it, brother. Go for it, man. For me, it was fun. It was fun to learn all about how to live out there. Like I had to research all about generators, about getting water if you ran out of water, learning how to survive. What type of sleeping bag is best, what kind of tent is best. I spent a lot of time learning all that stuff and applying it when I was homeless. If some of you didn't know it, I was homeless 3 years ago. For a whole year, I was living in the desert of Nevada. And so that meant also the summertime and the wintertime. I had my tent snowed on. I've had stuff melt because it was so hot. So I've lived it all, and I learned how to survive. Okay? And I had enough experience to, if I ever have to go out there again, I'll be able to do very well for myself. And so I could always still learn more, right? One thing that I was a big proponent of is being self-sufficient in your energies and being able to create your own electricity through solar power. Okay, so this is another thing you want to do is learn about how am I going to feed I at least wanted my phone so I can make a diary and make my lives and still be in nature. I was close to a cell tower. I had 3 bars, sometimes 4 bars, homeless in the desert because I was close. That wasn't planned. It just happened to be near. And you're going to learn about boondocking. For some of you who are going to become homeless or are homeless, look into boondocking. Boondocking is the national forest and what's that other land called that's like national forest? These are boondocking places that you can stay for 2 weeks at a time. Anyone can stay in one of these boondocking places and just live there. Of course, there's simple rules, like just don't poop anywhere and don't just litter and don't just, they got simple rules. And of course, some places like in the summertime, they won't allow you to do campfires because of the fire danger. Anyways, you learn about it. So, but yeah, you guys, thank you for that idea. 144, you said it, Holy One. Jaguar's here? Machiwa Jaguar! What's up, brother? We finally got to actually meet and talk to his whole family. So thank you, Jaguar. And I'll reply to your mom. She just wrote me today about the protocol for helping me with my lymphatic system. It's always good to have other spiritual like-minded people, right, as friends, because you can always like share each other's knowledge, and there's no ego, there's no competition. We just, respect, right? Family, just respect. And it's so refreshing to have people who you can share this knowledge with. Like, bless my family, I love my family, but when I go back to, like, on the holidays, I'm not going to be talking about unity consciousness and Christ consciousness because they don't want to hear it. And bless them, okay, that's their choice. So it's refreshing to have like-minded friends. That's all I'm saying. Oh, you said it, Jaguar Child. BLM. That word skipping for a minute. It's BLM Land, Bureau of Land Management. That's what BLM stands for. Bureau of Land Management and the National Forest. So there's apps. You can find an app that will show you all the places there. You can go live 2 weeks at a time. I never had a problem for staying there longer. I only saw, out of being there for almost 2 years, homeless, living in these places, I only saw, what are they called? Forest, those, they're not policemen, but they're people, rangers, forest rangers. I only saw forest rangers twice. So they don't go around bothering you. At least they didn't for me. I only had one time, the guys, I was parked on the street, not on the street, on the side of the road. And he started to say, I can't be there. So I respected the rule and found a better campsite. But this is when I only had my Camaro. Anyways, let's go back to the topic. So just realize, you guys, that these fallen angels, you know how in religion they say you're unforgivable and you go to the lake of fire. It's not about being forgiven. These beings can change. A fallen angel in the phantom universe can change and return back to the Christos, return back to serving the source instead of going those dark agendas. They would have to do a host matrix. It's not easy for these beings. And it's not as if it's going to be 100% going to work. It all depends on that being's choices and in its host matrix. For example, this is an example of a host matrix, an Indigo type 3. It's not the only host matrix, it's one of them. Let me explain. An Indigo type 3 has 2 soul essences in one body. You have your Orifim Indigo soul essence and the Nephilim fallen angelic Anunnaki soul essence inside with you in your body. This is why Indigo type 3s have a lot of issues. Not because they suck or they're not doing well in their journey, but because they have the Nephilim fallen angel making all of its dark thoughts, dark actions. And so the Indigo has a challenge. It's like you have an angel and a devil in your body, because you do. It's not a devil, but you know what I'm saying? They act like this dark consciousness. And it's a host matrix, though. It's an agreement between the two. And they agreed to this, and that they would have to deal with the angel helping them with their thoughts and their actions. So they have free will, but it's limited based on the arrangement with the Orifim Indigo. So you guys could be having all kinds of drug issues, all kinds of mental, psychological issues. You could be angry. You could be a hardcore rebel. You could be, changing and shifting because you have 2 soul essences. Thank you for those hearts, whoever's doing that. Bless you. And so this is how a being who is limited to 11 strands of DNA That's what a Nephilim is. It's stuck in 11 strands. But when you get this host matrix with an indigo child incarnation, you incarnate with an Orpheum, and you have a lifetime of experiences that hopefully lead you towards awakening. It's not easy, but a lot of you indigos who have those dramas can relate. It's also a lot of indigo type 3s are put on Ritalin, are put on depression drugs, who are sent to a shrink, who are dealing with being forced to have pharmaceuticals. Okay, this is a big deal, and this is also why these children are starting to have ADD and ADHD, because it's not a normal consciousness in there. It can cause issues, and that's a result of the drugs that these people are being forced. And there's a whole conspiracy behind this, you guys. They don't want indigos awakening. They know you're the trailblazers and the wayshowers. They know you're guardian beings. I mean, not everyone. It's departmentalized. The higher ups know. They know exactly why they're attacking these kids and demonizing these kids. As a matter of fact, if you go anywhere online and check for information about indigos, it's going to look like these kids have issues and problems. They don't look like they're enlightened beings. That's the propaganda. They want to demonize indigos. They did some Vice. I forgot what the Vice. It's called Vice. VICE. They did a hit piece on Indigo Children, making it look like it was a fair thing, but it's not a fair thing. When you got the people who sell you Ritalin to these kids, they're the ones setting up parental help to teach you to, how to deal with this kid and put them on Ritalin or whatever drug. And then the kids are like, Mommy, I feel like I'm in outer space. It's good for you, Johnny, little Mary. You see what I'm saying? There is no support, there's no understanding, there's no appreciation of what these indigos are. Machiwa! But somebody's talking about it. Hello, indigo child. Give me 5 indigo. You are a holy one. Why do you think I'm calling you holy ones? Because you came through to the earth, incarnated with us, and here we are, assisting, helping with this earth drama. Because we are being attacked by these fallen angels. These fallen angels, they don't necessarily need or want us. They want our gates. They want the Amenti gates. Okay, they always have. And they've tried millions of years ago, tens of thousands of years ago. They're trying now. This is what happened to Parallel Earth. They took over Parallel Earth. That's a fact. And this is something that I perceived. I confirmed in my own experiences. And you can have dreams from Parallel Earth. You can have connection. You could, meditate and astral travel or whatever. You have access there because it's part of you. It's part of who you are. Because we're incarnating on this side and we're incarnating in the parallel. This is a base magnetic particles system. This is base electric particule system. And so this is what is part of who you are. Your doppelganger self is part of your ascension process. So it's very important what happens there, what can happen here. The drama can play out the same way. Giannis 111. Thank you, Star Sister. Thank you so much for being a fan, number one fan. Wow, look at you. Thank you so much for being part of this group and for holding space with us. Much respect to Giannis. And you know that she's been studying. Giannis means ascended master. Okay, so that's a Anuhazi word. Do you guys know any Anuhazi words? Well, the word Anuhazi is Anuhazi. So you know one, now you know another. Giannis. Say it with me. Giannis. Giannis. I am Giannis. Welcome, Giannis. Welcome, all of you, Giannis. Brenois. Azarites. Angelic humans. Awakening on earth. Yes, because we're being attacked. If you're going to have fallen angels here, we better have some guardians here too. Any guardians present? Write it in the comments. What's up, holy ones? HV doesn't want to be left out. HV. Thank you, sister. And we know that's not your first time. Bless you and thank you. Much respect to family coming together, right? Representing the Christ shield. Representing the Christos consciousness. Agreeing to unity. Agreeing to the sacred law of one. Emerald Covenant for life, homeboys, homegirls, spiritual G's. What's up? I love you guys. Seriously, because I get negative, like there's regular, on Instagram, I regularly have to block people. Regularly, every single day, I have to block trolls. Because I'm being attacked by some group. I believe I'm being attacked by a group. And they bring all these fake accounts and they leave all these comments because they keep saying the same stuff. They keep saying that I am, what do you call it? Schizophrenic. They're saying I'm schizophrenic. I need to take my meds. And you'll see it over and over and over. Hello, I just block all that shit. Goodbye. See ya. Don't need you. Dropped you from the timeline. Whoa, what are you doing down there? I see what you're doing down there. No, I don't. I might chew up. And I just want you trollers and haters to know I'm not breaking YouTube's rules. I'm not breaking Instagram's rules. I'm not breaking TikTok's rules. I'm not breaking Facebook's rules. So you can hate on me and try to cause problems. I'm not going away. I'm standing, following their protocols, following their rules, and talking the truth. This inner Christos truth. What's up? Keep on with your low vibrations. We see your low vibrations. We see your, we just mentioned earlier, falling in your consciousness, jeering and sneering and thinking you're entertaining, thinking you're doing something. What are you doing? In judgment. What are you doing in judgment? What are you doing in hate? What are you doing in immaturity? Clown, joker, transmuted, no longer part of the conversation. It's too bad that I have to have moderators. But we need moderators because of a classic situation on Saturday night. You have this immature consciousness who doesn't know what to do. They can't kick me off, so they can just try to interrupt us somehow. Did they work? Are they successful? Have you ruined my day? 375,000 subscribers disagree with you. What's up? Are you going to call us all schizophrenics? Are you going to call all the ancient Egyptians schizophrenics? How about the Aztecs? How about the Mayans? Because they're talking about the pineal gland, the third eye, but you think I'm a clown. You think I'm a schizophrenic. There is millions of people in Hinduism and Buddhism who are following and understanding the third eye, understanding the Templar, understanding spirituality. Who's the schizophrenic? You're the schizophrenic, fool, acting like an ignorant fool, talking like a fool. What is a fool? It's a clown with a hat on. They're acting like a fool. They're acting like the clown. They're transmuted. They're not in our conversation. Do you see them? They're being deleted. They're being blocked. They're being muted. What's up, fallen angels? Fallen? Keep on falling in your ignorance. Keep on following towards that black hole, towards that phantom. That's where you're going. Hey, I have a great idea. Why don't you, troll, go heal yourself and join the party, homie? Come back when you're ready to have a real conversation. What's up? We're waiting on you. We're praying on you. like praying for you. Come on, join us, heal your consciousness, and let's have a real conversation about Creator God, about angels, about the third eye. It's a real thing, and millions of people are talking about it. You can make your little comments getting you nowhere, are they? So this is another clue that there's no global ascension. When you see so much of this low vibe consciousness, it's ever present. It's real. Have discernment, holy ones. There is no spiritual awakening. They use their free will to use fear, to use guilt, to use subservience, to devalue women. There's still billions of men devaluing women. It's part of the patriarchal creed brought to us by the Anunnaki. Thank you, no thank you. Okay, that's where you get a patriarchal men-only club. Now you got men in the churches. You got men violating, raping little boys. You got men devaluing women. You got macho men, pig men, arrogant, prideful men. You have low vibe. That's what it is. It's a low vibe. It's hate. It's discrimination. Devaluing women is a problem. Putting down divine feminine is a problem. Machiwa, in this planet, it's a problem. You still want to think there's a global awakening? Have discernment, holy ones. I would love for there to be a global awakening, but there's not. There's a bunch of low vibe consciousness. Maybe you don't see it because you're put a lot of boundaries on it. That's good. But the reality is it didn't go away. The reality is this black hole is getting bigger and bigger. We're not here to be saviors. Okay? There was a Jesus. There was a God. We talk about it. But not from that point of view. You save yourself. You acquire your gates, your Templar, so that you can ascend. But the whole agenda of these fallen beings, you guys, is to prevent us from ascending. They don't want us to ascend. They mutate our DNA. What happens when you inject yourself? Roll up your sleeve and inject yourself. Okay? Why are they doing this? Because if you mutate the DNA, because that's what that is doing, you mutate the consciousness. This is exactly what happened to the fallen angels. That's how they became fallen angels. They fell from code convolution, from incest, from, incest is best. No, it's not. That's what the elites do. They keep it in their bloodlines. That's called a bloodline because they don't want to have anyone else coming into their bloodline. They're elitists. They're racists. They're full of hate. And they F each other and F other people. Now they got some code convolution going on. Now they got consciousness issues. Machiwa. They are the fallen angelic ET races with mutated DNA, because when you mutate the DNA, you're going to have a distorted consciousness. The chaotic life forms, because they're following chaos, that have plagued us, our entire time matrix throughout history. So let me show you this history, how these fallen angels have done this. Let me pull up my PDF first real quick. There we go. And change it over. All right, here we go. so we can see it together. This is Voyagers 2 by the Emerald Order. Not Ashana Dean. It was written, scribed by her. She's the scribe. But this information, I've heard her say it herself. She didn't write this book. The Guardians did. So she basically just copy and pasted. Okay, you could say. So she does Kalantic KS techniques to connect with these CDD plates. But this was actually by the Emerald Order. It's not about Ashana Dean. Bless her. I love her. And there we go. So let's go look at... Oh, actually I have a bookmark here. Let's see who these beings are in our world. Let's see how they're affecting our world. Now, you'll find this on page 546 of the PDF. The physical page, if you have the book, it's page 533. There's a difference by like 10 pages, 12 pages, 15. Anyways, this is, let me zoom it in so it's readable. Close this bookmark section. Close this. I can even zoom in one more time. Okay, so we have just one race. This is just one fallen angelic race. They're called the Necromatons. Okay, and they have this attached to their name, Andromi, because this is who channelers are connecting to in Andromeda. Not actual Andromedans, but fallen angels who are beetle creatures, beetle people, and fallen angels. And they have Illuminati lines in Atlantis called Tauzan King Atlantean Leviathan, because the Guardians call Illuminati Leviathan. So they were, in Atlantean days, the Tauzan King. They were also the Asian Scarab and Sadducees, the Semitic Dragon Kings. Okay? That's who these fallen angels are. Okay? I mean, as on Earth. Remember, we just talked about it earlier. These fallen angels get here through soul essence projection from, like we do. But they're going into hybrid bodies. They're going into Leviathan family lines, bloodlines. And they effed with us. They effed with our planet. They messed with the Buddhic, Tibetan, Eastern, and Christian spiritual text. And this is just one fallen angel race. There's several races that have messed with those teachings. This is just one of the things they contributed to. Thank you. No thank you. And they're called necromatons. Where do you think the word necromancy is? Hello, necromaton, necromancy, Luciferian, satanic Bible. You get all these people in the cult, witchcraft. They're going to learn about the necromancy. They're going to use necromancy. Well, these beings also on Earth are messing with us, are the Luciferian, Egyptian, Tibetan, and Mayan mystical teachings. Okay, they're the same beings who are the Alpha Omega Melchizedeks. Oh wow, Lord Melchizedek. There is no Lord Melchizedek. There's a fallen angelic Lord Melchizedek. There's a fallen angelic Archangel Michael. There's fallen angelic Cryon. Any type of hierarchies, that's elitism. God's equal, not in levels, not in elites, not in hierarchies. There's something called Cortium, also brought by these beetle people creatures. These Anunnaki, Nephilim, once again, Andromedan channels, no, and these fallen angel channels. That's who's channeling your ass. That's who you're channeling. Oh, I'm an angel channel. No, you're not. You're a fallen angel channel. Same with Sananda Jesus, the false Sananda Jesus. We don't call it, we call it Jeshua Sananda Melchizedek. There's a false versions. Contacts even. Oh, you're being contacted by Sananda Jesus? Oh, you're being contacted by these necromaton beetle creatures who also, actual races are called Raylan, Elohim, the Jehovian, Anunnaki, Andromi, Nephilim, so they're a hybrid. They're dark-haired aquatic humanoids. Anu Melchizedek, that's a big, big deal. Oh, this is actually a hybrid. Anu Melchizedek, Amelian, Nephilim, Emilian is the Luciferian Anunnaki. There's a Hyperborean Jehovian Nephilim race. This is where the men in black are coming from these Necromaton beetle people creatures. They're also in Inner Earth. Inner Earth isn't perfect, you guys. There is some distortion in Inner Earth. These are the same beings that are the Marduk. The famous Marduk is coming from the Necromaton beetle people. There's real vampires, people. There's serpents, dinoids, humanoids. There's real vampires. Anyways, let's go back to the associations. After these Andrani channels, well, actually, we got to here. There's something called fallen Vairagi, false ascended masters. There's a lot of fake ascended masters saying they're ascended masters. And most of these fake ascended masters are not even out of the matrix. They're in the matrix saying they're ascended masters. They're not ascended masters. The Thule Society. Madame Blavatsky. The Thule Society. They're into fallen angelic system, man. The rest of the BS occult and New Age teachings of tarot cards, astrology, divination, invocation, black magic systems. Hello, coming from these beings. Even Enoch told you that the fallen angels gave you magic systems. And here we are. I just mentioned this earlier. Andromi channels. I'm channeling Andromeda. No, you're not. This is just one example, Vatos, the Necromatons of fallen angels. Let me check on chat. It looks like you guys are there. Okay. The centaurs, they haven't done a lot, as you notice, it's smaller, but they did create distortions in Hindu and Sanskrit Islamic texts. Now, I haven't checked it or studied it, but this kirtan, shit! I have people in my own Vegas group going and practicing this kirtan stuff. Shamanic, they did some shamanic distortions, obviously pagan and druid distortions, obviously witchcraft, Wicca tradition distortions. It's coming from centaurs, Luciferians, homies, from the Omega Centauri system. And it's a phantom system, a fallen system. Phantom Alpha and Phantom Omega. They're in the Phantom Matrix. These are hardcore dark beings, man. And they infiltrated India, Middle East, Pakistan, Turkey, the Stans, various islands. Okay? That's the centaurs for you. And notice centaurs was in the movie Harry Potter too, with a lot of other fallen angelic creatures. I love that movie, but you have to have discernment when you're watching movies like that. Making them look like they're good guys. They're not good guys. They're horrible Luciferians who've done some pretty wicked things, and this doesn't even tell you the actual history of what these beings done, what these beings done, the Zetas. Most people on Earth, if they think about aliens, they think about the Zetas. What do these Zetas do? Even the Zetas have Illuminati races. Something called Azurel, Belly Kadmon, not Kudman, but Belly Kadmon. There was Illuminati called Atalan King, something to do with Thoth Inki. Because remember, Inki Thoth is part of the Inki Anunnaki. But people praise Thoth when Thoth is a fallen angel. Oh, but he did so many good things. Hello, did you actually read these tablets of Thoth? According to Ashana, I've heard her say it herself, the teachings in the Emerald Tablets of Thoth are for the Illuminati lines. They're teachings of reverse Merkaba, reverse codes for the Illuminati. Because that's what the Illuminati serve. Reverse consciousness. Anti-life, anti-Christos. There was a Larsa King Sumerian Illuminati lines. You think Illuminati is just someone that came along in the 1700s? No, Vatos. There's many different Illuminati lines, many different ET, fallen angelic races here. Not just one from Europe, okay? Or the Asian Illuminati. No, there's much more. What are the Greys associated with? Well, gee, they opened the Falcon wormhole in Atlantis. And no. Open Phantom Earth, Falcon wormhole. That's from the Philadelphia experiment, right? We also have the Nibirian Semyasi, who visited Billy Myers. It was Luciferians who visited Billy Myers. Okay, remember, they pretend to be good guys. Now, we have the Thule Society again, involved with the Zetas. We have something called MJ12. Zetas. Nazi. I'm not supposed to say that keyword, sorry. Those are not good to be talking about on social media. But anyways, they made treaties with them. These beings, these groups made treaties with the Zetas. The Zeta Reticuli didn't want to fall, but they were taken over. They were enslaved by the other tall Zetas, the Regalian Zetas, and the Zephlahim. The only insectoid race that remained good were the praying mantis ones, called Athean. They're guardians who didn't fall. They're actually trying to help these Greys and the tall Greys heal. Heal, H-E-A-L. So, besides, remember I mentioned the Philadelphia experiment, the Montauk Project. That's all thanks to the Grey aliens. And now we have a connection directly to fallen Phantom Earth. A connection to the Phantom Matrix because of the Philadelphia experiment. They were telling the government, oh yeah, we'll give you invisibility, but we're also going to do this. Machiwa. So this is just a few examples. I can keep going on. They influenced the Knights Templar, the Mafia. They influenced the Black Sun mystical schools and those German creeds. Again, the shamanism. There's some distortions definitely in shamanism, including the Native American shamanism. Most people think it's all enlightened. It's not. There's Haitian or African voodoo. Of course, you take a doll and do things to it to harm someone else. You better believe it's fallen angelic magic. But people are learning it in the New Age. They're getting books on it, on how to do voodoo magic, how to get even, how to hurt, how to harm. The Catholic creeds were influenced. The Toltecs and Aztecs were influenced. The Inca were influenced. You think that these things were good. Reiki was influenced. According to Ashiana, that's a reptilian thing. This is actually a reptilian healing system. That's where it's coming from. It's not an Earth thing. It's not a Japanese thing. It's a freaking reptilian thing, homies. So I could keep going on. I just don't want to. Some of you may not resonate with all this, so I will just go back to the camera. This is giving you a taste. This is a tip of an iceberg of what these fallen angels have done. How they have influenced our civilization and our sacred beliefs. How we once had legitimate spiritual teachings. But they took all the legitimate teachings and twisted it. It didn't happen yesterday or even in the last century. This has been happening since the ancient days of Atlantis. Now we are following patriarchal creeds, sexist creeds, based on fear and guilt and shame. Now we do put down our women. Now we are serving up, elite systems, hierarchy systems, authority systems, government systems. Now we do have kings and queens and emperors and CEOs ruling us. Okay? We're enslaved. Tell me, please tell me where you see a global awakening. It ain't happening. Okay? This is the Earth system. This is the 3D system. It's falling. No, I don't mean the 3D system. It's Earth 3D. The 3D Earth, you know, there's a bunch of other planets in the 3D system. Our system, our Earth system is falling. You can see it. But plenty of people will say, no, we're all awakening. Oh, yeah? That shows that you don't know what is awakening. Oh, everybody in my group is awakening? Yeah, but not 8 billion people, homie. Why does this book say that it's falling into Phantom Earth? This says it's falling into Phantom Earth for a reason. You could see why. Because these fallen angels get into our business. Now we have chemtrails. Now we have attacks on our air. We have, you know what that does? Have you done any research what these chemtrails are doing? You know, while you're trying to mutate your DNA, they're trying to mutate the planet, and they're using technologies to do it, to attack our food. Monsantos. Destroy the seeds, corrupt the seeds, corrupt the cannabis, corrupt our societies. It's intelligent work, man. These are brilliant beings, but they're wicked. We don't say wicked, remember? They're dark, they're negative. They're attacking us in all these different fronts, man. Where do you see global awakening? I keep saying that because I know people keep saying, oh, we're all awakening. You know, you got this one guy, what's his name? I shouldn't list examples, right? But he got roasted by Carrie Cassidy, so Machiwa, a real guardian. Let me F5. Grandayana. Somebody else has been studying the teachings. We know where that word is. That's Akkadic Ascended Masters, Grandayanas. And think of the word grande. Since the psychic attacks use only up to 11.5D forces, a 12D seal is just about enough, but needs doing daily. It's easiest and most powerful to use, even with psychic defense experience. Yeah. And that's actually where Tolta's coming from. He's an 11.5 strand being. Because he was once working the Emerald Covenant. He has a whole connection to that man. And so, anyways, he's got an immortal body because of his 11.5 code. But it doesn't mean he's an angelic being. He's fallen angelic being. But yeah, there's even people who are in the Tantri Ahura camp who are going to say that the Christos shield has been compromised and no longer works. And it's the same BS, man, that they're saying that the Voyager's books were changed in the future or the past, and that Ashiana even changed the Christmas story. She altered it after she went to Tantri Ahura. So you see what I'm saying? There's going to be people within the Christos attacking the Christos shield, saying it doesn't work. It's a 12D shield. You said it just right. There is an 11-dimensional darkness, distortion. You're not going to be stopped from bringing in your Christ, but other Christos members say you do. You're not going to be stopped connecting to Christ. You're reclaiming the Christos. No one is going to stop you from reclaiming your chakra. No one's going to stop you from aligning yourself with unity. No one's going to stop you from speaking Christos. We're going to be attacked, homies. Even within our own house. Machiwa. Hello. We're not following Tantri Ahura. This group is following Emerald Order teachings as it originally was before the split in the shield. And I love Ashiana and anyone involved in the work. But you're going to find distortions even in the work. Bless you in whatever you choose. I just ask that you don't judge others on what they choose. Don't come and say we're wrong, and we're not pointing fingers at you saying you're wrong. Nobody's wrong. Don't judge others. Don't judge me. Don't just judge others who choose this side or choose that side. We're a friendly group. We're peaceful here. We don't judge here. And we're all about finding our truth in these teachings, seeking it, and having discernment. Have discernment. You're not going to have a corruption in the 12D shield when we're working the shield. When we're focusing on unity, focusing on our activations, focusing on aligning yourself. Align yourself. Have Christic thoughts. Have a Christic life. What's up? Are you going to tell me you can't sin? Yes, you're going to try to tell us we can't sin. We're going to align ourselves with the Christos, with God's creator, the Unisci, the Ascended Masters. We align ourselves. No one's going to come in and say, BS, you can't, you're being stopped. No, honey. Those are the people we block. And I will remove you from this group. When you want to keep coming into my group and talking about Tantra Ahura, I'm going to remove you. Because you're not respecting other people's beliefs. This is our beliefs. This is what we follow. This is what we talk. Cathara, baby, works. Maharic seal works. Okay? Use the Christ shield. And when people attack the Christ shield, when people attack Christ, when people attack Christos, you know what they're aligned with. So we are going beyond that attack, and we're healing what has happened. Unfortunately, the information has been attacked. Unfortunately, this has happened in France. It happened in Jeshua's time. It happened in Atlantis. It happened in Lemuria. They actively pursue and attack the teachings, distort the teachings. They will infiltrate the groups. They infiltrated Ashiana's group. They try to daily infiltrate my group. You have to develop a strategy, you guys, within yourself to be able to transmute and see the difference of who's speaking truth and who is not. I always recommend going to the law of one concepts. What is the law of one concepts? Is it 777? You'll see products being sold with those numbers. Have discernment. 369. Do you see sevens? I'll lower my voice. Sorry, I apologize. Do you see 369? Do you resonate with 369s, or you do resonate with 7s and 8s? You see when you're being attacked. You see when the precious teachings are being attacked. We are warriors. We're healers. And we're not allowing fallen angelic attacks. We're not allowing distortions to the Christ, to the Christos shield. Practice the Maharic seal. You want to practice it daily. Just like our brother or sister said, you want to practice it regularly. Because of the distortions of the grids, the distortions in the grids will try to revert it back. In the original Ashiana Dean, teaching Cathara, I heard her say it herself, that there's distortions in the grids, so you have to keep on doing your Maharic seal, because it will flip back to the distorted alignment. So, but I also heard her say that you can do a short technique. You don't have to do the 20, 30 steps to create your Maharic seal. And actually, you can learn how to do it. You could actually learn how to do that quickly too. But there's a shorter version of the Maharic seal. There's a short version of the Christos seal, the Christ shield, the Christos ray. Bring in Christos ray, baby. There is no phantom. There is no fallen angels preventing you with aligning with Christ, with aligning with Creator God, aligning with Source. Nothing is preventing you. There is no freaking, what do they call it? In their system, they call it this badass fallen beings who are going to infiltrate all of us. Hell, now, all of us have these same weaknesses as others who have been infiltrated. You can have people infiltrating, trying to infiltrate. I have to be very cautious and careful with who I engage with. I see people emailing me. I recognize, I see people trying to break up this group. So you have to have the same discernment, you guys, in your circles, in your groups of friends, and your family members. Have your own discernment. When somebody's trying to correct you in your Christos teachings, let them go. We're going to let them go. Goodbye. You don't resonate with these teachings? What are you doing here? Go back to your teachings. What are you coming over? Why are you coming over to this group and taking different teachings when we made it publicly clear? Is it clear? It's clear, right? Yeah? No judgment. You don't even judge Ashana. Don't judge anybody. Don't judge us. There's no judgment here. Now we have 5 moderators here. So what's up? No, 6, right? Is there 6? No judgment. It's not hard. Fallen angels like to judge. 144. We got 144 in chat. Welcome, 144 souls. And you better believe there's some people studying us in those amount of people. There's people waiting for opportunities. There's people strategizing. How can we stop these people? How can we bring them down? This is a spiritual war. So if light has a spiritual system, like the galactic science, Cathara, Emerald Order teachings, you better believe it's under attack. Just understand, don't be surprised that we're being attacked. Stand in your light. Stand in unity consciousness and Christ consciousness. Stand in your Maharat seal. You're gonna be okay, holy ones. We still need to do our chakra work. We still need to have a working Merkaba. You still need to do ego work and shadow work. You actually need to do training, because you still need to qualify yourself to make it into 5D. You can't be borrowed, we have to do the hard work in one lifetime. Do you know 100% if you're going to be reborn on this earth? What if this is your 12th incarnation? Thank you for those positive emojis, holy ones. Give me a hug. Right? What if this is your last one and you say, I'll wait till my next life. I'm going to coast this life. If this is your last life, do you want to stay on this timeline? You'll stay on this timeline and go into that, what is it? Like reincarnate over and over and over again because we're being stopped from ascending? That's what these fallen angels do. They don't want you to ascend, you guys. We got reptilians here. And I know not all reptilians are bad, but most of them are. Because their race fell. Who are the reptilian races? The Omicrons were the first ones. And the Adetacrons, they both fell. So the reptilians fell. As a people. As a race. But just like there's Anunnaki individuals who went through host matrices, there's something called the Ruby Order. That's another host matrix, not just the Indigo Children. But realize that you can go back to the light. That's why there is some positive. Some. I use the word some. There's some families, family lines, some groups. But most of them are fallen. And there's a bunch of hybrid ones. Like the Marduk, Inky, and Enlil. They're part reptilian, part Anunnaki, who are fallen ones. The dragons are fallen ones. Are there some good ones out there? Sure. Are there some good dinoids? Yes. Are there some good insects? Yes. Some of these beings, just like you, can be healed, can change. Just like, if this has been happening for billions of years, they had plenty of time for some of them to go back to the light. So, but in religion, they tell you it's forever. Forever, you're going to roast in the lake of fire. You're going to suffer and be separate from God. Those are false teachings. Okay? Those are distorted teachings. Those are teachings to disempower you. So we're all about claiming our, empowering ourselves, not disempowering. You want to, we dismute, I meant to say transmute, we transmute fear tactics, shame tactics. We recognize them now, you guys. We recognize, especially you women, you know when you're being put down because of your gender. You know what's up. You lived it. We know when someone's trying to make us have blind worship. We know when someone's trying to make us subservient. We know when the Anunnaki are trying to say they created us and that we're just these lowly workers to mine their gold. That is so ridiculous. It is something that you fell for. If it's in the, and let me say something very clearly. If it's in some ancient text, some cuneiform writing, some Dead Sea Scrolls, does that make it automatically truth? Because Billy Carson swears by these ancient writings and cuneiform tablets as absolute truth because it's in writing. Oh. And first of all, those ancient blocks or tablets, they're not as ancient as Atlantis itself. When we consider there's been 3 human seedings, literally 4 different Atlantises and Lemurias. You don't believe me? You guys, I'm starting to make the graphics for my Atlantis Lemuria video. That might take me a month or 2. I don't know. We'll see. But that's going to be a big, big video. I just know it. I feel it. Let me share with you this because it'll help you understand what I just mentioned about the different Atlantises and Lemurias. Okay. There's 2 PDFs I want to show you. So let me bring that up. Wait. Yeah, sorry guys. PDFs. Okay, so we talk about the 3 human seedings. Okay, so human seeding 1 started 25 million years ago. And it was called Atlanteans, not Atlanteans. So they themselves were here 9 million years ago, the Atlanteans. And notice this is Lumarians. So we had to redo this whole thing. This was destroyed. This was destroyed by the electric wars. Okay? Then we came back a few million years, and it wasn't the Atlanteans. Now it was the Atlanteans, and not Lumarians, but Lamanians. Okay, so that's been destroyed by the reptilians, and now we have this. What we're going on now. This is when we call Atlanteans. She spelled it wrong, but most people spell it Tean, and Lemurians. But don't forget, there's the original Atlantis and Lemuria that was on Tara. So there's 4 Atlantises and 4 Lemuria. Holy shit. I just felt an earthquake. Oh, wow. I've been here for a year and a half. I've never felt that before. That's startling. Or Like I felt it. I wonder if something happened, or if it's just a quake. Anyways, I just wanted to show that Atlantis Lemuria thing. What? Oh, did you hear it too, or over our microphone? Yeah, dude. I felt that. For a few seconds, I felt it. Earth twerk. Yeah. Yeah, some people do want war, right, Dweller? Thank you guys for being here. And you guys know, right? I mean, it's a lot of you did a lot of, if you're into this kind of stuff, you're into a lot of research. And we know that there is something called weather wars. Some people in 3D, they don't see very far, right? They're just right here. They don't see some grand, they don't see it possible for humans to control the weather. Let me refresh the screen. Get out of California? Man, it's called Los Angeles. No, thank you. Yeah, you better believe there's all kinds of darkness there. I mean, they put Hollywood there. They put a lot of wealthy people there. I'm not saying wealthy people are all evil. I'm just saying that there's a lot of corruption in their lifestyles, right? Well, there's been what you call people that come out in the public, like who's that guy who was able to, he did it in Tucson, Arizona. He had this device that could disperse clouds. He could affect the clouds. And it's the same thing, you know, they have technologies to make hurricanes. They can make storms. They can make tsunamis. They know there's a technology to it. It's not so hard to believe. I mean, you're saying they're playing God, but that's your religion point of view. They're playing technologies. They're using technologies in a bad way, of course. Rockers, Los Angeles. I just mentioned that. Yeah, darkness. Machiwa Spoo. Zombie. Confirm your actions with God in. You mean within, right? The inner God, I hope. Yeah, it doesn't mean every storm is controlled, right? But I'm just saying you better believe it's part of these you know, if people find that stuff hard to believe, check out Cosmic Disclosure. Learn about the secret space program. You will see these things being conferred by humans. Yeah, it's in spiritual teachings. But there's other people called whistleblowers. People come out and talk about these things, expose these things in government. Do you not believe that any complainer about the government is not going to come out and talk about the truth and explain it all becomes conspiracy theories, but it's like there's actually corruption going on. And so, but it's not our job to convince people. It really isn't. They have to go through their own awakening or not. They're either going to be aware or they're not going to be aware. They're going to be the sleepers anonymous. Billions of people are sleeping. Have no clue. Don't believe in any conspiracy theories that they believe everything the news tells them, everything the mainstream. They feel quite comfortable in mainstream. If you're a starseed, if you're an angel, archangel, what I meant is, if you're an indigo or anything like a guardian, You probably don't, there's hardly anything in mainstream you agree with, right? We're mostly rebels only because the mainstream is against the Christos, against inner God. So, we have Helena, 9 months. Wachia, Machia. Jennifer Gooden, yeah, another member. Thank you, Holy One, for being part of the club. And know that you guys can Stargate. I didn't say anything to Stargate. Stargate, brother, Holy One, thank you very much. I just want to thank you for the work you are doing, brother. Thank you, Holy One. I'm sorry I didn't scroll through all the way. Daphne B has been a member for 16 months? OMG, sister. Machiwa. Thank you, guys. And we did say Mr. Medism. Yeah, okay. Thank you, guys. And I just want to say that out to the rest of you. If you like this work or anything that you're learning, please consider supporting this work. And you can become a member too. That's another way to support the work, but you're supporting yourself. You get to be with other like-minded people in our, even $5 members or whatever, $10, $20 members. You all get to be part, you can all have access to the members area. And so that helps a lot because you get to ask questions, get questions answered, help other people, share links. We share diagrams. It's in the membership, but it's for free too. And so we will hook you up. So thank you for that, you guys, for being part of that. Machiwa! Yeah, so it's so weird to see all the things that they've done to us throughout history, these fallen angels. And if you're coming straight from religion, you don't have much context for a fallen angel. You think it's something that fell from heaven. It's all being led by Archangel, the morning star, Michael. Or not Michael, I mean Lucifer. And you think it's all like just some servants of God. But the God that's talked about in religion is a fallen angel. These are all fallen angels in the Bible. They're not positive beings. They're not serving a positive system. They're serving a chaos system. Fear is chaos. Do you know what is chaos? Shame is chaos. Living in guilt is chaos. It's vampirism. Putting down women, vampirism. Putting your face to the ground to worship, vampirism. And you're agreeing to it. These principalities are in power on earth. They've made us servants. They got us in all this black magic, Babylonian magic system. We're caught up in contracts. You don't even know you're in contracts. You're not really sovereign people. We want to learn how to become sovereign. We want to learn how to... that might take time, but there's ways to become a sovereign being. You know, you don't want to just keep accepting everything you get in the mail. You don't want to just accept that you're part of this system, ancient system, Babylonian system, fallen angelic system. I mean, you're trying to be free, but you're not free when you're practicing these systems, when you're involved in it. And how can you be a guardian being or enlightened being if you're speaking judgment? You're not an enlightened being. You're showing that you're not enlightened. And when you judge people, when you judge me or someone else based on their beliefs, you're not an enlightened person. You're still in the dark. You're speaking light, but you're not light. I mean, you're speaking lip service to light, not actually teaching unity or Christ consciousness. The people who are enlightened or awakened, they see. You're just making yourself foolish looking in front of the people who are actually walking, talking unity in Christ consciousness. We're calling you out. You hear me calling Billy Carson out. You hear me calling Juvenile Melchizedek out. You hear me calling other people from the Tantra Ahura out. There's so many people, man. It just takes you a little bit of research to find out. There's all kinds of distortions in Thoth. There's distortions in Archangel Michael. There's distortions in Galactic Federation. This is a time of disclosure. People want to know truth. Truth will be, the lies and the distortions will be exposed. Light exposes the fallen angels. We talk about these beings, even if they're beloved. They're being loved. Archangel Michael is being loved, but it is what we talked about earlier. Remember, we showed you on a PDF that it's being run by the Beetle people, man. The same people who created the Men in Black are the same ones who created Archangel Michael. It's a creation. It's a personification by a collective, a fallen angelic collective, who are themselves satanic or Luciferian. Satanic, reptilian. That's what's in the Vatican. You'll see reptiles in the architecture there. Luciferians are Anunnaki, and so they're two different competing gangsters. A lot of times they work together because they share a lot of the same agendas, but other times they fight with each other. They're against each other, and they want to win over the other. Eventually, they want to have control. They don't want to share that control with another competing drug dealer, for example. You have more than one drug dealer in a city, they're going to clash. And maybe sometimes do crimes together, but they're going to still want to be the ones who are controlling things, benefiting, profiting, right? My mom and my pity tank sent that gift 999 through Astral Realm. Okay, thank you for that, Helena. Much respect to your pity tank. You and your pity tank and your mom. Thank you so much, Helena. Bless you, sister. Well, we don't need to do that. We don't need to be negative in that way. We're not trying to do that. We laid down the basic distortions, and I did make an Iasha room in the members area. So if you guys find articles, it's not meant to go and cause gossip. We're not doing gossip, okay? We're not trying to cause hate or judgment. There's distortions there, and there's plenty of people who have made articles. You can watch there's some people who have made videos about it, about the split in the shield. I'm not going to sit here and rank on it. There's no reason. We don't want to lower our vibe anyways. We want to be high vibe and leave it up to you guys. I leave it up to you, knowing that there's a known distortion, not just me saying it, other people are saying it. So go find this stuff yourself. And I always say, you can search YouTube, you can search Google, you can search BitChute, you can search, the biggest place will always be Telegram. Telegram usually has the most censored stuff. That's censored in mainstream, but people will take it to Telegram. And there's other places I haven't thought of. You guys can share those other places where you can find this information that you're seeking. So if you're really interested and still haven't found, you can hit me up with a message, a direct message. Ask Little Alien or Stardust Goddess or Indigo or any of our moderators on social media, or a lot of our members have accounts on Instagram too. We will hook you up, we'll help you out. If you really want to know, it needs to be transparent. We're not trying to create no hate, no way. Why do you keep hearing me say I love her? We're not trying to create any of that. Okay, so let's be mature about it. Let's be mature about it, and it doesn't reflect on the teachings. But that's exactly why it's out there. That's why some people are going to take this and just push it and push it. They're trying to create more division. We're not trying to do division. Bless you. Can we get on the subject of higher dimensional beings? I have been in the presence. It's all that's worth talking about. Well, even some of these fallen angels are higher dimensional beings. I don't know if you mean guardian beings. Did you mean to say positive guardian beings? Tonight's topic is about the fallen angel beings. And think about this, you guys. If fallen angels can go all the way up to the 11th dimension, I mean, that's what they're capped. They're capped. They can't go into the 12th dimension. They're literally prevented themselves from that. So the fact that you realize that there's actually, because New Age says there's nothing dark above the 3rd dimension. But in these teachings you learn, no, there's darkness all the way up to the 11th dimension. Forget astral. You got spiritual warfare going all the way up to the 11th. And so a fallen angel could be higher than you in that regard. As a matter of fact, maybe not all of your soul family is serving light. Maybe some of it has fallen. So you could have higher selves that are fallen. So not all higher beings are benevolent. Some of them are twisted, distorted. As a matter of fact, some of those selves could even try to vampire you, distort you, manipulate you. So you can, put boundaries on your own self in that regard. You don't allow it. You speak it. You claim it. Stand in your power. Don't allow vampires in your life. Even if it's part of your own soul family. You might have to speak it out loud like a spell. Like I do. You're not allowed to do whatever they're trying to do. Whatever your experience with a negative being could be. Just like we have spirit guides, animal guides. Some of those guides could be tricking you. So that's why we become knowledgeable of unity in Christ consciousness. And when someone treats us otherwise, we will notice it. But if you don't stand in Christ consciousness or unity consciousness, you will have no clue. As a matter of fact, many of these New Age channelers, they're just so happy that somebody out there is talking to them. Did you get a resume? I'm an angel channeler, and you're not. So you should listen to me because I am divine. The higher beings are contacting me. Transmute. I will call out your bullshit. And yeah, I did say BS. So you will have people claiming that they're better than you because, they were contacted. When they don't realize guardian beings will not channel. If you received channeling, it wasn't a guardian. You brought in to your fields a trick, an agenda, and they're going to utilize it. They're the ones approaching you. You didn't channel no fallen. You didn't channel any angel. You channeled a fallen angel. And so it's risky. What are you doing risking, New Age? But hey, I used to channel. And you think you're cool when you can channel. When you don't realize, because I didn't realize back then, when I was channeling different entities, and most of the beings that I thought I was channeling, I thought were, hey, this is cool. I'm channeling this being. I'm, I must be special. I must be a chosen one. Transmute, transmute, transmute. Yes, your brother Enuhazi used to channel. I even talked about it in my interview. I told him that's how I started. I didn't know better. Okay, so a lot of these New Age people don't know better. They're opening themselves up to all kinds of issues and entanglements and problems. And most likely, they're called, those little things the aliens put in your body? What are they called? They implant something in your body. Implants. They put little implants in you. Most likely, in a channeling session, you're gonna get implants, baby. You can get implants from having sex. I learned that one from Lisa Renee. And I'm not saying Lisa Renee knows everything or is not distorted, but I do have respect for her because she's when you hear her talk, she talks from unity point of view. But I don't agree with all those concepts. And some of you don't agree with everything I talk about. And that's okay. Just realize that my focus is always trying to be part of the Emerald Order perspective. That's my commitment to you guys. Not a Tantri Ahura perspective, an Emerald Order perspective. And so I don't even know if they even use that name anymore over there. So I know it's no longer the certain guardians. Now it's different guardians. So I was told today that someone talked to her and they were told by her that Cathara is no longer legit. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Particle physics are still particle, man. Anyways, so this is active. Like, let's say you guys go to one of those UFO conferences. Have you ever been to one? Raise your hand. I have been to one of those things. And there will be thousands of people at those things, like the big ones in California and stuff. If you have your astral vision turned on, you can see a lot of these people have within them attachments. You will see a reptilian in their body. You'll see a necromaton in them. You'll see an Anunnaki in them. You'll see alien beings, spirit connections attached to them. I mean, that is an example of a place where you'll see a lot of that activity because they attack light workers. They attack starseeds. They attack spiritual leaders, spiritual groups. Don't you guys realize that? I mean, criminals go get their money, steal stuff from where they can find it. The best places to steal. And if we're considered their enemy, you better believe they're going to try to attack us and attach to you, teach you reverse spiritual teachings. If they can't outright make you a gangster, they're going to make you think you're a good light worker. They're going to make you think you're a grid worker and you're helping, but you're not. You learn a bunch of twisted New Age teachings, fallen angelic agendas and teachings. These beings, man, have been coming in, you can read in here, since the 1700s. Well, Indigo Children have been coming since the 1700s, but from the turn of the century, these Anunnaki have been contacting their chosen ones. Can I get this across? The word chosen ones comes from the Anunnaki. Did you hear me? The word chosen ones comes from a fallen angelic race. It is something they coined, something they made up. You're not chosen. They selected you, they picked you because you have the human ascension codes, and they want to teach you false teachings that teach you reverse mechanics. Do you guys understand that there's legitimate mechanics and there's reverse mechanics? Like, the Merkaba, it teaches you a series of directions that you spin and specific speeds and angles. Well, the fallen systems, the false teachings, are going to teach you reverse directions. You see, here's a correct way, and they'll teach you to go to do your Merkaba this way. Is this hard to understand? Remember, the fallen ones are all about the opposite message. They're against unity. They're against Christ consciousness. So they're going to give you false New Age teachings to teach you the opposite, direct opposite. You think you're doing grid work, Holy One, but you're not. You're being trained and taught to behave a certain way, to talk a certain way, to run energy a certain way. They're doing it through Reiki. You do something the wrong way, one side is negative, the other side is positive on both palms. So if you take positive on positive or negative on negative, you're doing it the wrong way. You're doing it the reverse way. They teach you literally the opposite. No, thank you. Do you want partial truth? Raise your hand if you want only some of the truth. Raise both of your hands if you want the whole truth and nothing but the truth. I don't want no partial truths from religion or New Age. I want unity consciousness, Christ consciousness. I want the sacred universal law of one. If you're heavily involved in the sacred universal law of one, you want to hear some of the law of one? Because this is what the fallen angels don't want on earth. Let's talk about the law of one, which is in I have so many PDFs. It's the Master Templar PDF. So Master Templar Stewardship Initiative, Secrets of the Amenti Stargates. Let me see if I saved it. No, I didn't save it. Let me just put Path of Chaos, and that should bring it up. Path of Chaos. That's what fallen angels follow, right? You guys, you're happy to be in the inner Christos, right? This is us. I'm not going to read the whole thing, don't worry. But every now and then we should talk about what is the opposite creeds of religions, the opposite creeds of fallen angels. We want to know what we're aligned with, the sacred law of one. That's what we're aligned with. And so you can check anything in the planet, any spiritual belief, any spiritual leader, any video that you're watching. You want to know, is this truth? Is this truth? This is how you check it. Let me bring this up. Excuse me. Members of the Emerald Covenant. Oh, let me make sure you're seeing this. And that's what you are, right? Emerald Covenant for life? You said it, Giannis. I am Christar. If you're in Emerald Covenant, baby, this is what we do. All Melchizedek Cloister, Emerald Order, that's what MCEO stands for, and the Emerald Covenant and Founder races, remember the Guardians are in the 12th dimension and higher, that's who are the Founder races. The Emerald Covenant and Founder races who requested creation of this externalized contact point are always willing to work lovingly. That's our code. Equally, hello, no hierarchy, no elitism, no chosen ones. lovingly, equally, cooperatively, and co-creatively. This is our lingo. This is our talk. All are manifest beings are faces of Source God in manifestation. That's what the time matrix is. It's about manifestation. All beings in manifestation are faces of God. That's what Source is. Source is God, Creator, the source of everything. We're about divine right interrelationship. See, this is why God is not an opinion. There is something called divine right order. Okay? That's God's order. Not some religion order, not some religious God, not some pagan God telling you what God's will. This is God's will. Divine right order. Unconditional love. Not some conditions on your love. Oh, you're going to go into the lake of fire? No, not with... You cannot have a lake of fire with unconditional love. You don't have sinners. You don't have judgment when God loves you unconditionally. Well, why would God judge you if it loves you unconditionally? And you act as if the God in all things matters. Self-sovereign. I am God. I am sovereign. I am free. See the free? See the self-sovereignty? You're not subservient when you're sovereign. You're not blind worshiping when you're sovereign. This is our inner Christos, you guys. This is our teachings. This is our code. This is what happens when you go against it. You go into self-termination. You self-destruct when you're not following this. When you become convoluted. It says, when the primal law of one is not willingly honored by beings in the time matrix, then their creations become progressively more convoluted until eventually they create their own self-destruction. What did I explain tonight? It's called an unconscious oblivion. This is our code. This is our teaching. You want to follow the destiny of joy. That is what is the divine right order. See, God's not an opinion, but we have 4,000 plus different opinions of what is God. 4,000 plus religions. No, there is no opinion. There is only the path of divine right order of what God originally intended. Not some distortion of what you think is God, or what is this, or what is that. No, there is actually what God's is God's spiritual will and original intention. And I talk about the path of chaos. It leads you into unconscious oblivion, self-destruction. What did it say earlier? It said self something. I forgot the word. But it's the path of chaos versus the path of order, man. See, chaos and breaking down is fragmentation. Remember, I talked about how the strand of DNA will go into your dormant DNA. That is a fragmentation. You become less and less and less until you fall into unconscious oblivion and forget who you are. You become finite identity. But look at this very carefully. You return to God too. All the fallen angels and demons, they return to God through this unconscious oblivion, because God will refresh your ass. God will create new life out of your dormant DNA. I'm trying to see where I can find that. It doesn't say ass, but you know what I'm saying. This is powerful. The law of one is a powerful creed that we align to. You see, this is pages and pages. Soulless scientific dogmas, contemporary cults, ancient cults. This breaks it down, man. This is beautiful. This is beloved. This is blessed. This is grace. This is a gift. And you're learning this through the inner Christos. Not religion, teaching you to find some God outside yourself, not worship some God. You got to separate the shaft from the grain. Okay? Let go. Maybe there's something in the Bible you resonate with, but let go of the rest of it. Separate the shaft from the grain. Walk upright. Have divine love, dignity, live in grace, live in humility, live in respect, live in reverence and power. There's nothing wrong with saying that you're a powerful being. That's not a space of ego. You literally are a powerful being. It's not negative or bad to say that. You will understand that when you awaken, there's a spiritual war. There is an anti-Christos. There is an anti-God present here. And you can keep going on and on, but that's where these teachings are coming from. Okay? That's my source, is this Emerald Covenant. Coming from the blue flame, Holy Elohai. Not the Anu Elohim, fallen Elohim. We have Elohai, positive guardians. Elohim means they fell from there. Same with Seraphi. Seraphi is the good version. Seraphim is the fallen version. So all of these fallen reptilian races, the ones who chose to fall with their free will, are following the path of chaos. They're falling into unconscious oblivion. They're falling in the phantom matrix. And they too will be refreshed by God. Their asses will be refreshed. You guys, everything returns back to God. Even the fallen beings return back to God, but not in a fun way. I don't know about you, but I don't want to self-destruct myself. I don't want to forget who I was. I want to retain all my experiences, and that's the path of order. That leads you to spiritual ascension. That leads you back to returning back to your source. Returning back to God. All these fallen angels, all those ones I've shown you, I didn't even finish it in the PDF. It talks about all of the spiritual beliefs on planet Earth. Who would have known that the Native American shamanism has some distortions? Who would have known that Christian has distortions? That there's distortions in Buddhism. There's distortions in Hinduism. There's distortions in all pagan patriarchal systems. They're all distorted, man. And it's demonstrated. You don't have to agree. Maybe you don't think it's, what? I love tarot cards. I love the witchcraft. I'm a good person. I do good astrology. I do positive, golden dawn. Some of the things you'll discover that not only did they distort it, but some of the things they actually created, the Golden Dawn was one of the things they created. Well, what is that? Mormonism? Something they created. Okay? I wouldn't doubt stuff like Scientology or whatever, these new things. If you see a bunch of Hollywood people following Scientology, wow, that's a red flag. Because they're all about, what is Hollywood? So, this channel is based on the Emerald Order Sacred Law of One. Okay? So this is the point of view that you're getting tonight about fallen angels. Thank you guys so much for hanging with me. I'm so happy to have 2 new moderators. Bless you guys for being part of the club. Thank you for watching our backs. It looks like we only had a few people's comments deleted tonight. So let me refresh the screen. I'll be finishing up this live, you guys, but so probably 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Okay? You said it, Celine. I'm God. I'm sovereign. I'm free, baby. What's up? And other people will say, you're not God. And they'll say it just like that. My temple. They'll say, you're a sinner and you need to believe in Jesus Christ as the Savior, as your Savior. Bless Jesus. The real Jesus was a Christos. But the one claiming to be the King of Kings, what are these titlements? Why does Jesus need a title? Why does this Jesus call itself Lord? Why does there a Lord Maitreya? Why is there a Lord Melchizedek? Any being that has to put the name Lord in their title, in their name, there's something wrong there. It's a word that's meant to keep you in slavery. To be subservience. It's rulerships of any kind. You're the king, you're the queen, you're the emperor. I am the pope. I am the dictator. I am the president. I am ruling you. It's those are all coming from Nibiru. Those are systems that they do on their planet. Now they brought it to our planet. Now we're worshiping. Now we're enslaved and looking out here for something to, like we're looking out here for angels. We're looking out here for God. We're looking out here for Christ. We're looking out here for ourselves. So many New Agers are looking into the stars to find themselves. Or your birth chart. I did it too. I was guilty of it. I never got into tarot, but I was interested in how astrology worked. But then you find out that it's all based on the planets, which have been attached to them, the gods. Zeus is part of Jupiter. Saturn is Kronos. You get all of these pagan gods, you find out that you're using this energy. You're entangling yourself in this energy. These are false teachings. Have discernment. When you go inside, we practice going inside. Maybe you practice making an altar. You're out here. You place an altar. You put Isis, the Egyptian goddess, you put her symbols, and you put a tarot card, or you put little gadgets, and you put a candle and put herbs and oil on it. You light the candle for 7 days. You got all this rituals, and you're looking for some power out here. You're looking for some energy, some wealth, some health, some love out here. When you're not practicing going inside. You think it's all about, finding the secrets or the powers in mystical schools or the 33 degrees Masons, Freemasonry. You're trying to find something to connect to that's giving you power instead of finding the power within, finding the knowledge within. You don't even need this to find Christ consciousness organically, naturally. Okay? I love you guys. Thank you for hanging with us tonight. Bless all of you. And bless all the haters. Bless all the fallen angels. Love all beings. That's what Omni love is. Omni means all. Like God is called omnipresent. That means God is everywhere. You notice that they wouldn't use the word all, omni, unless it really meant all. Okay? And one of our brothers said that real I like the way he worded it. Hello, Omni Ones. We're all Omni Ones. We're all omnipresent. We're all, when you find those parts of yourself, you will realize you're everywhere. God's everywhere, but you're God. You're everywhere. There's parts of you strewn all over the dimensions, all over the planets. Oh, you're a reptilian, and you're an Anunnaki, and you're a human, and you're a bird person, and you're a cat person, and you're a beetle person. You're a horse person. You're everything and everyone. Isn't God great? God's great. This is why you love yourself. Love yourself and love all people. Try to. It's not easy. Some people just get on your nerves, but, like I said, it doesn't mean you're supposed to be friends and hang out with them. It doesn't mean we condone the things that they do. It just means that we truly recognize the universal sacred law of one. And I have to leave a disclaimer, that's not raw material law of one. It's inner Christos law of one. And I just showed you the PDF. That was not raw material. Inner Christos, baby. Bless all of you guys. Thank all the people who are my members right now. All of you supporting this work. Let me look and see if I missed something. It takes a while to load, huh? I put viewer activity. Why isn't it showing? Let me push refresh. Dance with me. Yeah, baby. What's up? And I don't know if Jaguar Child is still here, but you guys won't believe this. Right when we were finished, it was 555. Machiwa, right, brother? Yeah, man, 555. That just blew my mind, but I wasn't surprised, but it feels good. Machiwa. Wow, Godfrey knows his stuff. He knows what's up. Rose Rebirth dancing. Thank all of you for being here. Bless all of you for being here. We're just making our family stronger and more knowledgeable. And so you're not going to be punked. You're not going to be pushed around by fallen angelic consciousness anymore. We don't allow it. Christ is not coming as a sheep this time. Christos is coming as a lion, Lyran's self. Lyran's walking the grid lines. Lyran's way showers, trailblazers. What's up, homies? Whatever starseed you are, Pleiadians, Syrians, Arcturans, Montakans, Orions, Andromedans. Let's do our affirmations together, holy ones. I am Christ Star. I am Christ Star. I am Christ Star. See it, know it, believe it. The Christ Star is the 12th dimensional Merkaba. That is what the Guardians call Christ. What the Guardians call Christos. And if you want to know, the Anahazi spelling is K-R-Y-S-T-O-S. I've seen some people replace the Y with an I, whichever way. But that's how we roll. Christos. I am God. I am sovereign. I am free. Hear it, feel it. I am God. See it. I am free. Oh, I am sovereign. I am free. I am God. I am sovereign. I am free. Indigo Wizard knows those too. And you guys can learn these teachings. Practice these teachings. Find these teachings. Find it. We share with you. And I want to share one verse I learned from the Lyran's. I don't think I have a PDF. I can't show you on the screen, but it's the part of the Song of Lyra. It's good to even just hear this code. Ome Dai Patuma, Ome Dai Patuma, Patuma he Deta he Kumna, Ome Dai Patuma, Treti la Iderna, Treti la Iderna, Derma he Kenta he Kuna, Ome Dai Patuma. Bless all of you, guardians, starseeds, indigo children. Bless all you children of light. We're coming together. We're remembering together. It's a group effort. It's not about one person. It's about all of us. You can't trademark unity consciousness. Some people are. It's all. It's for all humanity. Bless all of you. See you guys soon. Watch my videos that I released recently. I'll see you guys on the next live. Namaste. Peace. What's up? Yeah. Yeah. Cool.